Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming Rift, taking me a minute to get things set up because it is a different game than I usually play. So for people that aren't familiar maybe with my channel coming for Rift, I usually cover the Lord of the Rings online, so I will be comparing my experience today a little bit, or a lot bit, to that game probably. And yeah, I'm going to be trying Rift. I want to talk a little bit about my experience, but for what I am starting with, I decided to make a new character. I made a Cleric, so his name is Cluey the Cleric. I already had a character named Louis. I played Mage, I guess. I don't even know if my Mage is my highest level character in this actually, but that is what I do. And I also totally forgot about my webcam positioning. I didn't even bother testing that, but it actually looks okay. It is right above the chat window, just as I do it for Lotro. And the chat is very tiny. I know you can change the size of that stuff maybe a little bit easier than Lotro, but it is readable for me at least. So yeah, I made a new character and made a new Cleric, as I said. I think he is a Guardian High Elf. I'm not too familiar with how that all works with Rift, but I looked at the two options. I forget what the other one is called. I went ahead and made this character. I wonder if it's quick to log out. Probably shouldn't do that, but yeah, I decided to choose the Guardian just because it had high elf, had better looking races, basically, to me at least. So that is what I ended up doing. I actually wanted the other faction, I guess it would be called, based on the little bit of research I did. And I wanted to say hello to everybody. Hello Pettigrew, and hello Jeremy Cushing, and then hello Quasac. Defiant, yes, that is the name of the other one. Totally slipped my mind at the beginning of the stream. But Quasac asked if this game is dead, and there's actually something funny about that. When I was doing a little bit of reading on the game, I went to the Rift subreddit, and I think the description of the subreddit was for the dead MMO Rift, but I don't think it is completely dead. It sounds like it still has active support. And I last played this game probably, I was actually thinking it was quite a few years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, but I played it in 2018 last, it looks like. And as usual with a new game, you all can let me know if the audio is good or bad. This is basically what I have it set to. 16%, actually that was supposed to be 17%. It doesn't really matter the 1%, but 7's nicer than 6. Alright, so one thing with the game that I really like is all the class stuff and the souls, and I think it's called callings and souls. The calling is like the class and the souls are basically the specs, is the way I think it works, and I just really like all the possibilities with that. My highest level characters have been around level 30, so I haven't been able to do too much with a lot of different building stuff, but there's just a lot of interesting things I think in the soul tree, from my perspective at least. And hello Sherwinicus, and as you say, it won't be dead if there's still servers to play on, and that is true. One thing I noticed is the graphics are better than I remember. For some reason, when I played this game before, I did not think the graphics were this good. Is that a damage over time skill? It does look to be a damage over time skill. The combat isn't too exciting because I am level 1, but I will say also the combat, to me, from my experience in this game, just the gameplay of it has always been interesting. I think the big problem for Rift with me, why it hasn't been a longer term game for me, is it just doesn't have like lasting power, as I would call it. I don't know what it is about the game, but I can never stick with it too long, and if I find out I like it today, I might have more parts to this. And what was I was looking for some setting as I was going about all that. That is going to be one thing. Unfortunately, with starting a new character and getting back into a new game, there will be quite a bit of time spent in the settings. I thought I got everything set up, but I was for auto loot is what I am looking for. AoE looting and auto loot by default, that is what I want. Another nice thing about Rift is it is free to play, and I think you can do most of the story content, most of like whatever leveling content that I'd be interested in, as a free-to-play player. See, the backpack is B, so looking for group is I. I'm used to pressing a lot of the keybinds for Lotro, of course, so like I for inventory. And hello, Jacob Rivera as well. You said this is one of the games you paid for when it came out. And then it sounds like the games you paid for either went free to play or shut down, and this was the one that went free to play, one of the ones that went free to play. Yeah, I don't think I ever did a month. I remember when Rift came out, I tried it way back in, I have no idea when this game came out, maybe like, I really just honestly don't know when this game came out, but yeah, I remember it was a subscription model when it came out, but I don't think I ever paid for it. I just did like a trial, and I liked it, but didn't quite like it enough, I guess. Looks like I only have one quest to do right now. The questing seems to just be taking me on a path downward a little bit. I really kind of actually do slightly remember this, but it has been so long since I've played this. But yeah, as far as the gameplay goes, I've always liked it. I've liked the way the skills work, and really all the building stuff, just all the different things in the gameplay. It seems fine right now for level 2. I think there's just more interest in a lot of variety of skills later on from what I remember that's interesting to me. Rift is turning 10 years old. Okay, that is good to know. It's actually a little bit newer than I would have thought then. I thought it was a little bit older than that. And yeah, that is one thing I've read with the development, is it hasn't had like a new major content update for, I think 2017 is what I read. It could have been 2018 though. See, I am done with that quest. I wonder any items I get if they're any use. This is a healing potion. Oh no, I'll put that. I really don't know where to put that. Drinking water? I'm not sure if I'll ever need that. I don't know if this is a game where you actually have to sit and drink after fights. Hello, Paul Witzel. You said the game used to tax your video card and you're not sure how optimized it is now. I don't know for the video card, but compared to Lotro, I'm actually taking a decent amount of damage, and I see causes weapon attacks to deal an additional 10 to 11 water damage. Probably should have had that up the whole time. Okay, delivering imbued sword somewhere north. Actually, I have to go quite a bit north. I see these enemies, they all have the red name, and that makes me think I actually need them for something. Looks like I pulled 2 again. The sound is a little bit quiet right now. I don't know if they just don't have much environmental sound, especially compared to Lotro or other games. But it just sounds like a quiet game to me right now. The sound effects don't seem too bad when I'm hitting things though. But that's just something I noticed. So the release date was March 1st. Wow, we really are almost coming up on 10 years. March 1st, 2011. And Robert Wagner, you said that the game was so good back in the day, you think it's pretty good now, but oh yeah, but the developer is letting it drift. What do I want? I really have no idea what a cleric uses. I'm trying to go towards a shaman type build, because that is one thing we don't really have in Lotro, as a magical melee class type thing. And that's actually one of my favorite classes in World of Warcraft, as a shaman, and because I already had a high level mage that was already named Louis, I felt like doing something a little bit different would be interesting. So what do I need to do? Just retrieve spears? Am I just killing things or actually picking stuff up for once? Statue plaque. That does not look to do anything for me.
Quickly restore health and mana with drinks which
Okay, probably do not want to show tips. Oh, it looks like I do just need to kill these mobs to get their items. Pretty simple so far as the quests go. Oh, so it sounds like you used to need to pick the swords up actually off the ground. And yeah, right now it's just so far killing things for quests, don't need to do anything extra. Seem to be in some city, taken over by evil presence. Planar enemies. I wonder if I should be getting any abilities. I noticed that I'm level 3. I'm hardly even paying attention to my level. I feel like I leveled up to level 3 very, very fast. So I got Lightning Hammer. Wonder if there is... Okay, so you do have an ability book. I could be using Bolt of Judgment. Could even be doing that. Oh, and I can be summoning a pet. Wow. I think I will do the one for tanking. Ascended powers. Really have no idea what's going on with these. The ascended powers. I guess these are just like passives. You get passive type things. Non-class specific skills, I should say. Oh, you can fly towards the selected area? That's interesting. I'll have to try that out. I'll put it on my F1 spot right now. Yeah, Paul, I definitely agree so far with the class trees. Just based on my experience with the game, I really liked that part of it. There are just so many different things you can use. I don't know, I assume because I'm more oriented towards Shaman, I'd rather use this ability than the Fervent Strike. Oh, this actually makes non-druid abilities deal 15% more damage for 60 seconds. Legendary version? I would guess I have the normal version. I have no idea what a legendary version is. But anyway, I have this quest ready to turn in. And as a little bit, I guess, of heads up for where the stream, what I want to do this stream, is I probably will be going roughly 2 hours or so, which would hopefully be enough time. I guess these are just like random items you can read. I keep thinking they're for quests because they're glowing. Head south. But yeah, I'll probably be going roughly 2 hours. I think that'll give me enough time to see how the game is. And if I actually do have interest in continuing it, that will be something I can do. This does, okay, it does damage over time. I should actually get my skills a little bit organized. Probably don't need this since I have the Shaman skill. I don't think that was on autocast. I right-clicked it. That did appear to actually work. See, it's nice when MMOs in general just function as you would sort of expect. Okay, so I need to use the Dwarven Hammer on Deathbound Thralls. Oh, that is to the southwest. I don't know why I keep wanting to go north up here. So legendary version of these skills is level 60 to 65 stuff. That is good to know. I will just totally ignore that part of any skills that come up. I don't know if it's ever useful to just kill random things, but one thing with this game that I actually do remember doing as I'm doing this is putting all my dots on just like random enemies as I'm running through stuff. But I guess now is a good time to maybe talk a little bit about my experience with the game. Okay, so I just need to use this 3 times, it looks like. Hello, Ozcrow. You said hopefully I get to at least experience an actual rift, and hopefully I do as well. Yeah, Proto, my character is a high elf, actually. I did not know there were high elves in this game. I didn't know what all the races were. I knew there was an elf-like race, at least. A lot of my other characters apparently are. Oh, and I leveled up. So I have soul points to spend, it looks like. I actually have 4 of these to spend. Or did I already spend them? I honestly don't remember spending any of these. Am I in some sort of preset? Also, I'm not sure, do I actually want Inquisitor? This is something that would probably take me way too long. That's one of the exciting things about the game, of course, is choosing like my off specs and all that stuff that goes with them. Oh, so new ability, probably want to actually move that here. Well, a lot of people, it sounds like they like the, oh, I forgot the name of it again. The other faction. I only chose Guardian because of the high elf, basically. I didn't like the looks of any of the other, I guess Defiant, is that what they were called? I didn't like the looks of any of the Defiant races, basically. And I keep wanting to go too far away from the quests. Okay, so this is a charge skill. I think that would be good for shift 1 for my playstyle. Or to save something. A collectible? Right click to collect this book. I have no idea if that's just like a random collectible item and it doesn't actually do anything, or what that is about. Hello, Jeremiah, or not Jeremiah, Jeremy Fernandez, sorry about that. See, I forget which skill does what now. I should actually organize my skills for what they do. There we go. There is one thing about the game that's a little bit weird. The slowest movement speed for the camera looking is a little bit fast to me. I don't like it going this fast, but that's just a minor complaint. It's something I could probably definitely get used to. Is that another player or an NPC? I actually can't even target or feel there, so I have no idea who they are. Is this one of these things you can read? Oh, I did not realize I already got the quest done. I got 4 source stone cores. I wonder if I got that just from doing one of those. It had 4 circles on the map, so I assumed there were 4 different ones I needed to go to. And Jeremy, you asked if this is a different version of Lotro. In a way, but not really. Looks like I got both of those quest rewards. Seem to give you a lot of stuff. I need to stop pressing. Wow, I pressed a lot of different buttons there, I guess. Equip a bag. So far, if I had to compare this game to another one... Wait, so I get... Replacing this item will change armor plus 17? Wisdom plus 1? Oh, currently equips on the left, okay. Okay, so I think the weapon I have selected is good. Okay, so now I just need to kill deathbound stuff. For some reason, I remember this like intro thing that you have to do, but I thought it was a lot more involved, like a lot more quests, just a lot of different things to do that I'm actually having to do. It's kind of nice. I don't really like too long of intros. So far, I think that's a good thing. Does not look like the other necromancer is aggro to me. Actually don't even need to kill that necromancers, it looks like. So Orpheal is the founder of the Defiant. So I guess, I assume Guardians of Defiance are supposed to be like enemies. Based on what I was seeing about how PvP and grouping and all that stuff worked, there's really no difference between them besides their lore and backstory and the races available to them. But maybe The PvP would be Guardian versus Defiant is what I would expect. Kind of like Horde versus Alliance and WoW is actually what I expected. And hello, Vulgar TG. I feel like there's been a lot of chat going on, and I don't know if I have kept up with it too well. Captain Schneck way back said he loved the game the first 2 years, and it's sad what happened to this game. Unfortunately, I am not too familiar with what all happened to this game. I know it went free to play. Maybe people didn't like that. I know it hasn't had at least major updates, it seems like new content, new endgame content for a few years, to my understanding. I need to kill some rogues. I don't know where to get those. I don't know what this catapult is, but I can click it, so I will try that. Well, that was actually a little bit fun, even if it did nothing for me. I really have no idea where the rogues are supposed to be. Oh, they're actually, I'm guessing it's the circle on the map. I wonder if they are like stealth and attack you. I have no idea if there's anything like that in the game. Hello, Mr. Dark Moto, and I have no idea if there is content locked behind DLC for this game. There is a rogue. As far as I know, there is a lot of content that's unlocked for free, though, that you don't need to buy. At least for, like, leveling. I really don't know for the endgame raids, though. Here's another rogue. Hello? Javiso Gaming, or Javiso Gaming. And Robert Wagner, you said people talk about the first expansion, and that one set the bar so high. Yeah, that can be kind of rough if a first expansion sets expectations too high, and then it was hard for them to keep up afterwards. In a way, it makes me appreciate Lotro still being up and running and still getting new content, even though Lotro is older. And I always thought Rift was a little bit more of a popular MMO than it was. It kind of surprised me when I was like, I'm kind of in the mood for this game just randomly. It was earlier this week, actually. We're only on Tuesday this week, and earlier this week I was just like randomly, I am really in the mood for trying Rift. And I don't really know why or how that happened. I guess it's almost like food if I'm craving a specific type of food. I was craving to play Rift, I guess. But yeah, that's what I thought about it again, and I just thought it was always a more popular MMO. And would even today still be more popular. And that's the thing with me, I thought it's always seemed like a good game. All the class stuff, all the gameplay, all that sort of stuff. Even the Rift and the whole open world thing with that is cool, as Bacalonia said. Disable Orpheol's Corruptor. So there is Orpheol. Well, there isn't Orpheol, but I have to destroy his Corruptor. All my stuff seems very strong. I also thought this game was harder back when I first played it. That may not be the case. I could just totally be misremembering it. I think I am stunned or something right now. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised just because of the game. My experience with the game, even though I haven't stuck with it too long, I just am surprised it seems as not popular as basically as I expected. But my problems with the game is I really can't quite say exactly. For me, I guess there just isn't enough interest in it, and as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't have like some sort of lasting power for me to stay interested and stay playing it. And Ivan Stainer, hello to you. Sounds like you are glad to see my face. And Rift is it is a classic MMO. And that is all I know. My cat is making a ton of noise. Probably getting into something she should not be getting into. So I need to cleanse a shade-touched horse. I remember seeing one of those horses over here somewhere, so I'll just go back that way. I feel like I should be using this skill since apparently you can just use it to fly like that. And I think I lost my pet. That guy seemed pretty helpful once I got him summoned. Yeah, I think I played the other faction some. When I used to play this game, but because I do remember having a character on the other side doing different intro and all that stuff. Oh, I have to actually click the item, I guess. So Defiant are more tech-based and develop time travel to come to the past. Yeah, so the Defiant, it actually sounded more interesting to me. It was just the races available. I didn't like any of the races available to them. Their version of the elf was a little bit ugly to me, unfortunately. But I would have actually been more interested because I think a lot of my other characters are Guardian. I do have one at least of the Defiant. And return a horse to the stable. Where is the stable? Here is the stable. Just had it turn around. Wow, I am leveling very fast. It looks like I just get to use a horse now. That's pretty neat. I wonder if it's just for this quest because it has it kind of as a quest item, it seems like. And hello, Thomas Valach. He said, thank you so much for the Lotro content. I'm glad you like that and you found my channel very helpful. So I'm glad it's been helpful. And I do plan to keep it up. Disable the rifts. Okay. That just seems a little bit scary. And it looks like somebody, I have no idea who that was that did that, but somebody totally saved me from all those evil people. I also feel like this game is very smooth. There's not, like, to me at least, in my experience, weird hitches or any clunkiness with the gameplay. That all seems smooth. It has a gameplay system, I think, more like World of Warcraft than Lotro. Which they're both, of course, classic MMOs, so there's a lot of similarity just between those three games in particular. But this one, it has more of a global cooldown-based system where all your skills, once you use one, all the others are locked off for a while. In Lotro, it's a little bit different the way skills work like that. They have, each skill has an execution time that essentially will act like a global cooldown of sorts. But if you have an immediate skill in Lotro, you can use it to animation cancel and it will effectively go against the global cooldown. Okay, I disabled the rift pillars and I still need to reveal a Draxus. He is already here and rift encountered an error. Wow. Okay. Okay, we will be back in a minute. And it should be back up. That was actually, it's very quick to launch Rift compared to, say, Lotro again. So Ivan, I am very early game. I just made a new character and you asked if there are any bushes I don't like. So far there are not. That is a pretty unique thing to Lotro. I have no idea what that crash was about. I don't remember ever having any crashing issues in this game. And that is actually one thing. I remember seeing this game does support multi-threading, which is nice and something Lotro does not do. I'm able to run better graphics and it's probably using all my resources more efficiently. So actually looking at my performance real quick, it is using my GPU a whole lot more than Lotro does. Wow. Lotro does a very bad job of utilizing my GPU, as in it does not utilize my GPU well. And I have an old GTX 970. But this game seems to run fairly well on my system. I don't have everything like maxed out with the settings, but it's very smooth here. The FPS, I wish there might even be an FPS counter you can actually put up, but I think you have to hover over the system thing is what I saw. And Mr. Dark Moto, you are asking how many gigabytes was the game downloading size? I have no idea, but it downloaded very fast for me. I do have a fast download speed for my internet. There are not good fast upload speed options for where I am, but I just remember it downloaded fast and significantly faster than Lotro used to. I've heard they've updated that. And hello Gunther Wolfgang, you said Rift has not gotten enough love over the years from both the developers and community. I feel like I'm almost one of those that haven't given it enough love. Just because I have played it in the past, but it's something I haven't really been able to stick to, and I almost feel like it's partially because I haven't gotten high level. I think there's a lot of interesting things that makes me just want to play a bunch of different alts and not really level them, and maybe it used to be slower to level. Cutscenes I usually skip. I didn't know just pressing escape would do that. This is a nice little area that it takes you to. Oh, I have to actually choose one. I guess I want wisdom and spell power. I really have no idea. So collecting this unlocks the wardrobe appearance. That sounds a lot like WoW's cosmetic system. And I think I briefly looked on my other character. Yeah, there's a wardrobe tab here, so I have all these different interesting things, I guess. Probably want that. I don't know, whatever I had actually worked. I don't want to... Don't save. But yeah, I don't know if I want staff, hammer. Hammer sounds better than staff to me. And I would guess that Shaman wants that. Tell me about this. Oh no, don't want that. What I want to know is how I can actually manually put my points in. Soul reset? There we go. I think it had something with the whole shaman thing. And I wonder if I entered into like a preset thing. And Ivan, it is not Standing Stone Games that makes this. It is Tyrion Worlds? Tryon Games? Wow. Tyrion, that is the guy from World of Warcraft. So it's Tryon Games, and the launcher for it is the Glyph one. Yeah, Jacob Rivera, that is exactly how I feel about WoW and Rift compared to Lotro. That makes them so nice. They're just like so smooth and polished feeling to me compared to Lotro. There's some funky stuff going on with the game design and like coding side of it. Let's see, so I actually do want to spend a minute. Inquisitor's nice just because I get Vex for damage over time. Warden, I really like the name of Warden, but yeah, from what I remember, it's not something that's the most exciting. It is a healer. It could be interesting having a healing off-spec for myself. I like Druid to have the pets, and Druid in itself I think is fun as well. I actually thought the calling was called Druid, but it is called Cleric, I think. Justicar is a tank. Wow, actually, I can't believe I remember so much about these. I know you all know those big like gameplay videos that I did for this year. I did Lotro and WoW. I actually did a Rift one back in 2018 where I did all the different souls. I had a lot of low level characters though, unfortunately for that, but I went through all these souls and did gameplay on them. I don't know, maybe I do want Inquisitor. I'll just keep it as it is. This does actually seem kind of decent right now at least. Increases spell power. Yes, I do want that one. Increases your damage done with single target abilities. Increases base health by 5%. Increases the duration of lightning. Okay. And this is the exciting stuff, just all these possibilities they give you. I think I want Courage of the Bear just to increase my base health. So Rift back in the day, it sounds like that was like a modern vanilla WoW, then they ruined it. I don't know. Hopefully for me, I would be most interested in actually leveling, maybe running some dungeons. I don't know what the deal is with dungeons in this game, if there's like an instance finder or anything like that, but... Increases damage done and pets damage done. Okay, look at that. I don't know if I want wisdom. or damage done, but damage done sounds good to me. I don't know what wisdom does for me though. Wonder if I could have put more. Oh, it has, so hold up. I have 2 points remaining. Okay, can I put them? Yeah, I already spent what I can in Shaman. And then I get Shield of the Oak. Oh, do I need to save? Okay. Got Ride the Lightning. Okay, I have that on my bar. Shield of Oak. Got that down there. Courage of the Bear is a buff for me. Put it over here. I don't know where to put it. Lightning Hammer, already got that. Okay. Now I got that all set up. So Gunther, you don't think people do lower level dungeons anymore. It's just adventure spamming. I do remember instant adventures. I don't remember them from back in the day. I'm guessing it was an added feature at one point, but I just randomly played probably sometime between 5 and 3 to like 6 years ago, maybe 3 to 7 years ago even. And I think from the start of that, there were not instant adventures, and then there randomly was. There we go. I'll have to actually find out what happened to her. Move over here. But yeah, this is an interesting area. I feel like there's a lot more building structure type stuff. Not too much wilderness we're really getting into. Oh, so you can hide the name. So I press F12 once and that hides the UI, but then I press F12 again and it'll hide everything else. So yeah, I do remember a game ago. I would guess that's how you pronounce that. I should probably get my pet out. I did use my 5% health buff. Click to find out more on becoming a patron and its benefits. No thanks at this point. And then Thomas, you asked if I have tried an old Korean PvP focused MMO called 4-Story. And it's called Gates of Anderon in the US. And that one made you fall in love with MMOs. I have never heard of that MMO. I'm usually not that much interested in PvP focused ones. They can be fun. The idea of PvP isn't bad to me. So I've always been slightly interested in World of Warcraft. That is the main game I've done PvP in. So I've been slightly interested in like playing on a PvP server there. And the server I played on, occasionally I would do like open world PvP, which I thought was fun, but something that's PvP focused may not immediately be of interest to me. Like if I heard of an MMO and then it being PvP focused, I would be a little bit less interested in it just based off that. But it looks like right now I have Carnage Off-World Woes, so just to defeat these guys and yeah, kill a lot of things right now, so that's pretty fun. So Secret Worlds is a good questing plus story MMO. Yeah, I really like questing. One of the things I really like in Lotro is non-story questing, actually. Like, not a part of the main story. I don't know if that would be the case for all these different MMOs. Critical hit chance sounds good. If critical hits works like other games, I would rather 1% crit chance than 2% damage done. But I don't know if that's exactly how it would work out in this game. I feel very overpowered right now, oddly enough. I guess it's having the pet and all these damage over times that I can just put on. Wow, that skill seems very strong. 96 to 106 damage. Star Wars The Old Republic SW Tour. Yeah, that game I am not a big fan of. The gameplay isn't too interesting to me, and I played it a long time ago, and I probably didn't pay enough of attention to like the story to have it interest me, but yeah, I never really got interested into the story with that or anything. But Secret Worlds is actually good to put on the list. I have heard a couple things about that game. See, it looks like... I wonder this Carnage quest, how the questing works in this game. Oh, it actually has Wanton Flame story. I guess story is like a part of some sort of storyline quest. Like if you just want to follow the story, maybe you should go through those. Usually I like side quests. I know it's probably weird that I'm that way, but I like when I have a lot of side quests and just go about exploring and doing different things. The Art of Soul Binding. Okay, Soul Recall, so that's like a Hearthstone or a map poem in Lotro terms. I really feel like this game is making me revert to my World of Warcraft mindset. So I mentioned I would be comparing it a lot to Lotro, but I am probably going to compare it a lot to WoW as well, as y'all can probably tell. Minecraft for PvP, that is interesting. I should probably stream Minecraft once. So my friend has a server, I wonder if it's still up and running, that I built a few things on. Mainly houses and that type of stuff. It's mainly a, like, I don't know, vanilla type world. I guess that's what they're called. Yeah, I probably could try SW Tour again, especially if it is... Oh, that is true, Thomas. Got distracted by your message, but best part of MMOs is the crafting material hoarding. That is, unfortunately, I have to say unfortunately, but unfortunately true. Okay, I killed all those. There's some, like, I don't know if it's from the game, the beeping, or if there's something, like, outside that's actually beeping for me, but I hear a little bit of a beep going on. And one thing y'all might notice is, I kind of forgot about this, but my chair is now has a black cover on it. The white looked really weird in the videos, and it kind of bothered me with the face cam. So I don't know if it bothered anybody else, but it bothered me enough that I just wanted to replace it. And I really have no idea what I'm doing with these quests, obviously. Okay, so I need to extinguish these fires, and that seems to be about it. I feel like this is a game I can just run around killing things. I have no idea why, but it's just that type of game based on my experience. But yeah, with the back of my chair, I upgraded to a pillowcase to cover the... So the chair, for people unfamiliar, is made out of bonded leather, and I don't like that material at all. And I know, like, wearing a shirt, I don't really feel it on the back, but especially during summer, it's still, even, like, with clothes on, like, all hot and sticky, is the way I would describe it. And I like having a cover a lot better. So currently, I have a pillowcase on it. As great as that is for kind of a little bit of a background for the face cam, but I might look into upgrading it to something a little bit different than a pillowcase, but I think it's better than the old white sheet that I had on it. Okay, so with SW Tour, I will put that and New Worlds on the list. I'm actually going to write a list because I would, if I have a pencil, might have a pencil. Okay, I do have a pencil, but it ended up on the floor somehow. Probably have my binder right there, probably fell off that. Okay, so what did we have? SW Tour. And New World. Somebody also mentioned a survival game. I don't remember if it was like an RPG, that's what I would guess it was. That has apparently become very popular and is maybe in beta or something. Came out like earlier this month. Play Google Dino. I have played that before when I haven't had internet. I don't know if I would be good for trying to make a world record on that though. Oh, did my pet just totally skip over there? Do some sort of like teleport jumping ability thing? Yeah, Valheim. Suga Kane. It was, yeah, Valheim. I have no idea about that game too much besides Yeah, I went to the Wikipedia page for it, and that is about all I know. Whatever was on that, and I don't even remember. I just remember that being a survival game and it being apparently popular. I feel like just because I do MMORPGs a lot, I've always been interested specifically in that genre because it's really... The good thing about MMORPGs, as I always liked, is it is like open world adventuring. But I feel like there are a lot more regular RPG games that are more open world and you can basically do what you want. So I feel like I need to branch out in the genres I'm interested in just because of that. Inspire Guardian Sentries? No idea where the Guardian Sentries are. I really still don't have any idea what I'm doing for the questing. I need to extinguish one more fire, it looks like. Oh, and I need to kill Malforged Embers, it looks like. The running animations in this game are tragic. The backing up animation, that is the weird one to me. I don't know about the running. Maybe it is. It actually does feel a little bit odd. And I don't know if y'all just heard a noise, like a little bit of an odd noise out there, but there are, in my apartment building, there are a lot of dogs, a lot of big dogs. And whenever people, you go up and down the steps to take their dogs out or whatever, they're all very loud. So I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that is what that was. In Dubomb 23, unfortunately, I actually do have to agree with you. The combat can feel clunky. I really like the gameplay, but the actual combat, there is a lot of clunkiness to it, but usually I am able to ignore it, basically. Oh, so the other races, yeah, I'm playing a high elf right now. One thing I noticed is my character, I guess he looks at whatever I'm targeting. I didn't even realize I was targeting that mob. That is a little bit weird to me when I'm like running like this and I'm just looking way off at the mob I have targeted. It's a nice detail, but it's a little bit odd looking to me. And somebody was wondering about the economy in Lotro, and it's very much oriented towards people with a lot of gold and high-level people. Endgame activities basically give you a ton of gold compared to low-level activities. So the economy is based on the amount of gold all these high-level endgame players and long-term players have. So, for example, a lot of low-level crafting resources, a lot of these longer-term players with a lot of gold don't want to farm those, so they're actually worth quite a bit of gold. And that also means a lot of stuff's going to be expensive for more lower level players, I think. And hello, Wizco, and yes, Rift does look a lot like Lotro. Mainly just because they're the same genre, I think. And I don't even know if like classic MMO would be considered almost a different genre than just like new MMOs. I kind of do. Like a little bit of a different subgenre maybe. Oh, I completed a quest finally. After all this stuff, I did complete one quest. Looks like I even completed another. Kill wolves, throw the spear of light at the specter of Mailforge. We will do that. So the animation with the mace, it's like my guy isn't swinging all the way through. So I'm like, okay, pulling my punches. I will look at what you mean. I kind of get the idea. Let's see. It kind of, I was thinking I kind of agree with you. Maybe when I do a skill like Lightning Hammer, it may look like that. That one actually went through a little bit more. It almost seems a little bit inconsistent. But yeah, it looks like I'm kind of going and then stopping instead of going all the way through. And these are the exact type of MMOs I actually like, is the ones that have that older World of Warcraft like gameplay and combat style. I know a lot of people like recommend all these different new MMOs to me, and I just can't quite have interest in them, or not have interest in them. I can have interest in them, but usually just don't end up enjoying them because of that. And Guild Wars 2 is, I think, a prime example of that. I tried Guild Wars 2, I think it was actually last year maybe, or 2 years ago. I don't know, but I tried it again somewhat recently. Is this the guy? Who do I need to throw? Spectre. Oh, I can't target him? Or do I just use this when I'm around him? There we go. I'll let my pet. The nice thing about having a pet is I could let him take on this mob first. But with Guild Wars 2, that game is the prime example because it's one that there's a lot that I think I could like about it. Just a lot of the world and seeing that. I don't remember the crafting. I remember the crafting being a big thing about it and having interest in it when I played it. And even a lot of the variety with weapons and variety of skills that you can have, but just the base gameplay. First of all, from my experience, you only have like 5 base abilities to start with, and they're really not that interesting to me, and I think even one of them is like an auto attack. So while at high levels you might have a little bit more intricacies, there, in a way, I just would say is not enough buttons to press. And that's kind of one thing I feel like with WoW lately, thinking about it, is a lot of classes and specs have hardly any skills, and Enhancement Shaman is actually the opposite of that. I like that they actually have a lot of skills. This boiled leather pants, it's a little bit weird. Boiled? I wonder if boiled means something a little bit different than like boiling it in water. Because that is what I would think, at least nowadays. I wonder if I want intelligence. I think I want wisdom and chain armor. Let's see what my stats do. Wisdom increases spell power. I do like that. Spell critical rating. What about strength attack power? Dexterity maybe? No, dexterity gives me about the same. Okay. Maybe I want spell power even for something like this. I really have no idea though. My goal for this character would be to become like a melee-oriented shaman, like an enhancement shaman in WoW. Yeah, so Robin Almond, what I'm talking about with Guild Wars 2 is... Okay, I'll just go with the chain one, but what I'm talking about with Guild Wars 2 is the more basic abilities that you get. Is there, I believe on all the classes or something, you have like 1 through 5 on your main bar, from what I remember, and just not that much with them. Even with the whole weapon thing, and I think for the class I played, it was called Elementalist, maybe, the mage-like one. And Wizco, you're wondering if I played Pirates 101 or Wizards 101, and I have not. I have heard of Wizards 101. I don't actually remember Pirates 101 though. Let's see, increases. Okay, we'll go with critical, and that is all I have to spend right now. Avalanche Strike, that sounds fun. 5 enemies, so an AoE finally. Wonder where I want this. Probably it's a melee ability, so right there. Oh, I don't know how important it is to do like all these quests or whatever, but I feel like that's what I should be doing. I don't know if that's the case. If anybody knows, I want to see something here. Oh, that moves them all together? Oh, you can group them like that? Aha. I don't know if this is a good idea with this game, but I don't even have anything in these bars right now, but I'd rather them be right there. Okay, I'll just try that for now. Save and then there. So Jacob, I actually remember logging into like my warrior or something and getting something like that and using it for the low level boost. He said he started at the beginning of the game at level 53 and not getting the feeling of progression. Yeah, I don't know. Guild Wars 2, from what I've heard, is not really a game about leveling, even though that's what I'd be interested in at the moment. And I feel like I keep saying things like that as if I'm not interested in like endgame content and instances and things like that, but I actually am. Replacing this item will change. So yes, I do want more weapon DPS. Okay, that is good. So I still need to inspire Guardian Sentries. Divine Inspiration. Oh, these are the guards, okay. That makes sense. I expected Guardian Sentry. That name just sounded like a like mechanic type thing, basically. I wonder if I can use the same one over and over. Nope. I feel like I'm questing very slowly at this point. So with Guild Wars 2, yeah, Pedigree, that might be more what I'm thinking is you have like all your skills by level 10 to 15, then the entire game is using those same skills. So Nathan Philip Connors, you said you can be super casual in Guild Wars 2, that's what you're like, and all you do is world exploration and jumping puzzles. I don't know about the jumping puzzles, but the world exploration, that sounds interesting to me. But I think just as far as that game goes, it's the base gameplay. How did I already inspire 4 of these? I don't remember clicking 4 of them ever, but I guess I did. I feel like I'm finally making a little bit of progress. Ascended Power Planar Lure. Grants the ability to breach the planar tears found, not tears, but tears found across Telera, allowing me to defeat invaders and seal rifts. Okay. I feel like with this game also, a lot of my characters, as I mentioned, have usually been like below level 20, so I haven't been able to explore that much, but I did get one character to Iron Pine Peak, and just having a snowy area or a slightly different area than just like Silverwood or Free March, I guess, are the main areas I've been. That was actually pretty interesting. I even think my mage might be collect unstable artifacts. I don't know what that's about, but I think my mage might also be, no, he's in Scarlet Gorge over here, not Scarwood Reach, but yeah, actually getting to these different areas and exploring a little bit would be nice. Okay, so I think I got actually through all these quests. Oh, you can, what did I press to bring that up? Uh-oh. I have no idea how I brought survival up. JK? P? Nope. Not I. You? I have no idea how I got that panel up, but okay. I was going to look at my quest, so I have a tutorial quest for Dimensions. This is like player housing, I think. I really have no idea. Okay, maybe I'll ignore that quest for now, though. Oh, you can actually untrack it like that, okay. So Wizco, Harry Potter, or Lord of the Rings? So for me, I have more experience with Harry Potter. A lot of people... Let's see, a lot of people in my family like Harry Potter more, I would say. So I'm a little bit more, oh, what's the word? I have no idea why I'm forgetting the word, but I'm more exposed to Harry Potter. So I'm almost overexposed to it in a way. I need to kill Vespid Darters as well. I was going to say, I feel like I'm higher level than I should be. I'm just leveling super fast, it seems like. I'm already level 8 an hour into this, which might be very slow for people that are more familiar with the game. I feel like I'm questing very slowly, but that's actually good progress if I compare my experience to other games. 8 levels in an hour seems good. But I also do think Lord of the Rings is interesting. I've just been exposed to it a little bit less, which is very odd considering the whole Lotro thing. Healer? I wonder if healers, if you can sell at them, because I see my inventory is full. That does not look to be the case. I wonder if this will even let me select a quest reward. Wisdom? Chain? Yeah, inventory full. Oh, I really hate destroying stuff. Here we go, here's a vendor. They didn't have a vendor icon. Ooh, this is weird. Mini reward. Veterans reward helmet. Apparently I have 1,782 of these green gem looking things. I don't want to buy, but I want to sell. Okay, I click the actual item. That would make sense. See, that's unlike Lotro. And then, oops, I want to keep a tenderloin. Be nice if there was an inventory sorter. I do like that with Lotro, that auto cleans it up. I think there's also a similar thing with WoW. So Pedigree, you said don't sweat about my level speed. You're just all here for the nostalgia. That is good. I know sometimes I have a tendency to quest very slowly just because I get distracted by a lot of things, and with a game like this especially, as I mentioned, I just like to go around killing things apparently. And I keep pressing too. I think that's because where I used to have lightning hammer. What was that swirly thing? Oh, Vespid Hive. Thought I had a quest. No, I have quests for Vespid Darters. Okay. Wow, I still feel quite overpowered. And one thing... so Wizco, you're wondering how many RPGs I play? I basically play Lotro. Occasionally I will play World of Warcraft. I just haven't been in the mood for WoW lately. That is actually a topic that I need to talk about at some point, but I am actually excited for the Burning Crusade Classic. Kind of like Classic WoW. Vanilla Classic, I guess. Instead of Burning Crusade Classic, I will be most interested in just leveling and maybe doing dungeons. I don't remember if Burning Crusade had the dungeon finder. So I will probably do a bit of that on my channel. But other than World of Warcraft and Lotro, and now the Rift a little bit maybe, there aren't too many other games I really play. Lotro's basically the only RPG that I play lately. I have no idea what mob I hit there. And speaking of Lotro, we've been speaking of Lotro a lot, but I did contact for people maybe interested in this. I contacted Standing Stone Games about no idea why my pet went there. Looks like he's targeting something. I don't know if there's something hidden in the rock. Oh, maybe this guy? Is this a little ore thing? 10 load requires mining. But contacted them about potential stuff for my wall back there. Just something to have the backdrop instead of, I have like a plain off-white apartment wall that is a little bit ugly maybe for my backdrop, and potentially getting some Lotro art for that. I don't know if it will be possible. I definitely mentioned that in the message I sent them, but I have not heard back, and I sent that. Is this one of those Rift things? That looks like a nature-oriented one. I think either if it's not, I can like open it with this item or something like that. Oh, it looks like this one started. Okay. Sometimes the rifts get crazy in this game from what I remember, and sometimes they're just like very boring. You basically do it and like kill one wave of mobs and then it's done. I don't know what this one will be like or why they're different like that sometimes. I feel like I should actually be a little bit more careful than I'm being right now. I do seem to sometimes take a lot of damage, especially these mobs are level 10. At least feel like I should be in more danger than I was moments ago. Oh, I actually did die. Oh no, soul walk. Current soul vitality, 90%. If you die at zeros, my stats will be penalized until I'm at a healer, okay. Pettigrew, I don't know if I'd be interested in a Burning Crusade dungeon grind. I hope Burning Crusade doesn't have too much of a dungeon grind. It might. Okay, I will try to do better this time. That was totally my fault for just pulling too many enemies. Just interested in getting my 2 dots on them. But that is a good lesson learned that I can die because, as I was mentioning, I just feel overpowered on this character. What are these crystals? Source of vitality. Did that heal me? It shows a buff for my pet, but not for me. Then this red one is source of power. Oh, here are my buffs, okay. 25% per stack, wow. I wonder in this game if dots are retroactively upgraded as far as their damage over time goes, like if I get a buff like that for another 25% damage while I have a dot ticking, or if it's just based on what I have when I cast the ability. Oh, we're going to tier 2 it looks like for the rift, or phase 2, I really have no idea what they're called, but round 2 basically. Then is it worth using my AoE with 2 mobs? And it does not look to be the case. I would have to have at least 3 mobs, okay. So we're getting goblins and little fairy looking things for this rift. But as far as Burning Crusade goes, I would be interested in doing the dungeons and streaming them. I just hope there wouldn't be too much of a grind involved. It's one thing about classic WoW. I was mainly interested in just leveling in that. Unfortunately, I did all that when I wasn't able to do YouTube, so didn't have any of that content on my channel, but I was mainly interested in leveling with that. But I think with Burning Crusade, I have a little bit more interest in doing the dungeons and all that. And I did the dungeons in WoW, classic WoW. That was fun as well. Looks like I got all the Silvermane wolves I needed. Is there still... Okay, there's this mob way over here. Maybe? Oh, there we go. Actually, I don't know. I can't really tell what mob is part of this that I need. The Vespid Darter, okay, I already have that. There we go. So this one has a time limit. So all those little red crystals, probably should have saved them for this. And now we are getting to where I'm summoning my pet. I don't know if it's worth summoning my pet. I feel like it is. So I need to defeat... Okay, I just need to defeat this one mob. That should be doable in time. We have cat going across. You can maybe see the tail. I don't know, the camera... The desk is a lot lower than the camera goes, so I don't know if the actual cat was visible. Oh, need to do something with defeat seedlings or seeds. This is neither of those, okay. Silvermane wolf, don't want... Here's a seed, okay. Demi-human? It's kind of weird for a mob type as demi-human for seeds. Somehow I wouldn't expect that, but of course I don't know with this game. So Paul, you're playing hardcore classic WoW. That would be interesting, trying hardcore classic WoW. So I played, my main character in classic WoW was a fire mage. I know fire mage is not great for endgame, especially early on, like with all the raids and stuff, and even dungeons, just mobs being immune to fire. So here I have a bonus stage. Okay, these are called stages. Defeat Malo Garden Fairy. Okay. I think these rifts are a little bit interesting. It's a little bit slower than what I've done so far. But it's also interesting seeing the different mob types and all that. It looks like she's going to keep throwing different things at me. And I see a red crystal here, so I feel like I should be getting that. And is it just me, or did my pet die? Am I taking a lot of damage? Absorbs some amount. Oh, wow. That was probably a good time to level up as well. And I don't think I've been putting my buffs on myself. I probably could actually be doing more damage. I think she just keeps summoning new ads to come kill me, basically. So I'm very slowly here summoning my Satyr Protector. I wonder if there's something I can do with these seedlings, maybe defeat the actual seeds here. I think I did get, okay, I did get my pet summoned. That is good. Oh, I'm killing the seed right now. I don't know if it's a good idea to just put all these dots on, or if I really should be focusing on the main fairy here. Okay, use a potion. Oh, so D-Bomb with the no die thing in hardcore, yeah, it'd be really sucky if you had some sort of lag or glitch or buggy thing that caused you to die. And actually my second character, Hansu, for Classic WoW was a warrior. I leveled as Fury the whole way because I thought it was most fun. I am very much a player that plays whatever's most fun, not necessarily what's best, so a little context on the Fire Mage and Fury Warrior for leveling. Warrior was not that bad, actually. For me, at least, I didn't think it was that bad. Maybe because everybody called it, like, the hardest class to level or whatever, that I expected it to be super hard to level. But I didn't really have problems with the Warrior. The whole food and potions thing, though, those are all very helpful. Yeah, Pettigrew. That definitely makes me feel like a noob, unfortunately, being a cleric and wanting to use the health potions there. Oh yeah, the maw, that thing, that was okay going through once. I did go through that on my mage and WoW. But one thing that's almost not really keeping me from playing the game, but one thing that makes me a little bit less interested is having to go through that on all my alts. I didn't like that when they did the intro for Warlords of Draenor like that. And this is even one thing that bothers me with Lotro and why I don't do things like this in Lotro, is when you're almost like forced to do some sort of story content like that to do basically anything else in the game, or in this case to do any Shadowlands content in WoW. You have to go through that, and it's not even that long or anything, but it's just annoying, I guess. Yeah, playing hardcore probably would not be the best idea to watch Netflix and play. Is this another rift? It doesn't quite look like a rift. This one's Defeat the Endless Idol. Okay. There's a lot of undeads, it seems like, in this game. Noticed a lot of skeleton, well, just a lot of skeletons. I think there are actually enough targets I can just use my AoE here. See, when I actually have my weapon buff up, I notice I am doing more damage. Oh, so that was it? This was just like destroying the idol? Okay, I have no idea what these rewards are, if they're actually useful for me. I almost feel like I should abandon questing and just go like rift hunting right now. Oh, so Blue Residue, you thought I was doing rift and Lotro. Yeah, that is actually one thing I was like, rift. There's a raid Rift of Nurse Gashu in Lotro that's people always call rift. And what else? There was something else. So whenever I searched Rift, like if I just Google Rift or even type on YouTube Rift, it comes up with things that are not Rift, as in not the MMORPG Rift. That's why I think I made it clear in the title that I was trying the Rift MMORPG specifically. Because with Rift, it's such a short name. It's like 4 letters, and Lord of the Rings Online, that's a whole thing that's shortened. World of Warcraft shortened to WoW. Of course, just searching WOW probably would not turn up too much for just World of Warcraft. But, cool. I don't know, I like having all these quests, but I feel like I should be moving on almost from all this. Okay, I do want to complete this Carnage at least. Except I need to go the other way. I think there's a little town/camp thing back up there. I wonder when I can get a mount. I know basically all my other characters I think have mounts. I don't know what the deal is with that. I have no idea where I would even look to see if I somehow have a mount. What is minions? Oh well. Or is it if it's something that goes in your inventory? Obviously I don't have it then. Yeah, with the mod, that wouldn't be a bad thing. You could go through it. I don't remember how long it takes, like an hour or two the first time I did that. But that's something I could do. It's just I would want to do it. Ideally, I would want to do it on all my characters, which is one character of each class, and that is a lot for me. I really like the idea, though, with Shadowlands is that you basically don't need to do the main questing on all your alts. You can just do, like, world quests. I think that would be a fun way to level up. And you could just do dungeons as well. I really have no idea how the Shadowlands dungeons are. The whole... Okay, so I should actually go on with WoW for a little bit. So I really do like World of Warcraft. I used to have it on my channel a little bit more frequently, but Battle for Azeroth, I think the gameplay went down. As far as all the classes, they just weren't that similar. I was reading a chat there, somebody mentioned similar. That totally changed my words somehow, but it's just not, all the classes aren't that fun to me as they used to be. Like every spec I play, every class I would play in Battle for Azeroth just was not as fun, basically. So I just had less interest in playing World of Warcraft because the actual gameplay of it somehow really between Mists of Pandaria and Battle for Azeroth, it became a lot less fun. I don't know if it's just like my taste changing or if the game actually changed that much. But then with Shadowlands and the whole leveling squish thing, I was pretty excited to try it back. I heard they were going back more to the roots with the classes. So I thought maybe a lot of them would be more fun to play. And as I mentioned, Enhancement Shaman I actually still think is. Fire Mage isn't too bad. But I don't know, I just feel like there's something lacking with the gameplay still with those. And then the Shadowlands story and content is like the opposite of interesting to me. So that's the problem with Shadowlands, is I just have absolutely no interest in the story going on or anything with that at all. And it's not that I necessarily think it's bad or poorly done, it's just not of interest to me at all to begin with. So I do need to destroy these Vespid hives. It looks like. Oh, and I need to collect scorched hive walls from them, rather. So I have to actually loot the hives, which is really weird that you can do that. And I notice I don't have my pet. I also feel like this game got quiet again. I don't know, maybe the Rift was just super active and had a lot of stuff going on during that added some background noise, but this game did get quiet again. So yeah, Minion is similar to WoW's companion adventure table system. Okay, so I thought it might have been like the pet battles from WoW. Actually, it kinda, that popped into my head, but like the missions table type thing it sounds like from WoW. I don't know, there's something like that in Shadowlands. I know they started that in Draenor. But yeah, that whole thing. The weapon! I was going to say the weapon sounds weird, but that's probably because I'm using a staff. It just sounds like I'm hitting wood with my staff, so I'm like clinking a staff to wood armor basically, which is a weird thing. I don't think people really wear wood as their armor type. And yeah, Hunsu, I think you basically typed out almost exactly what I was saying with WoW. The classes still aren't as fun to play with me in the story. I can't care about it either, to be honest. Even if the cinematics, I know they make like high quality, I guess, cinematics. as neat as those can be, I still don't find it interesting. And that's why I'm kind of excited for the Burning Crusade Classic, because that is more interesting to me, and I like the classes more than I think I like everything the most in Wrath of the Lich King. To me, that is the ideal time for WoW, I think. We have a cat just off the screen here. Goblin Chieftain, okay. Oh, one more goblin. I guess the Goblin Chieftain did not count for Goblin Scouts and Escorts. Guess you get gold, silver, just that type of stuff for the Carnage quest. I guess it's a little bit something extra just to encourage you to kill enemies. Looks like I have a quest turn in way back there. I feel like I should go ahead and go do that. It's not that far of a walk. And then D-Bomb with running dungeons in WoW, yes, it is probably not the best experience if you, especially if you haven't run them before. But yeah, people just run and go and zerg the bosses and try to get to the end as fast as possible, I think. And I think that is true with WoW. A lot of people maybe... I shouldn't really say this, that a lot of people don't enjoy the content. But that is one thing in Lotra, I feel like a lot of people are fine with taking their time and actually enjoying the content. Compared to WoW, where everything is like so fast and rush everything. And that's kind of what I actually felt like with Classic WoW. A lot of people were surprisingly just about doing whatever as fast as they could, and I don't know, to me, I would describe it as not enjoying it. But that could just be the thing people enjoy. It feels like you're more grinding for something specific. At least that's the way I would think of it. Okay, so obviously I cannot actually buy anything from this vendor, so I don't know what I was looking at. What is the... Okay, that's the patron credits. Don't want those. I really don't know how I have 1782 credits. I don't know if that's what I had before. But, oh, wow, they actually show I have my PayPal in here? Huh. It's a good thing they don't show my email, I guess. Even though my PayPal email actually changed, but anyway. When you reach claim, okay. I think I did spend money on this game way back in the day, like 2016 times. Like 5-6 years ago, I think, when I was playing it a little bit more. Actually, at that point, I think I had one of my friends. Ooh, what is this thing? Welcome, Cluey. That is a really weird name. I kind of like the name, but... This shit pouch... But it is a weird name, Cluey. One, it's like Clue, so it's Clue-E, which is kind of neat. We'll have a daily login, loyalty experience, veterans. See, I had no idea about these things that I just like get. I think I spent like $5 on this game. At least that's what I think it was. I just like got one thing because of some like permanent things you could get. Okay, I'll get more XP. Rune unsocketing apparatus. Oh no. I think they gave me all this stuff just so it'd encourage me to buy like bags or something. Apparently I got that helmet, although I don't even like that helmet. We'll have to go to the wardrobe just so I can take that off. So Dark Titch, you said Classic was calm, and I think one problem with Classic is I could not find a good guild. I searched for guilds that were calmer, basically, like that, and I just Death Wand, Water Wand. I like the idea of a Water Wand better, but I think the Death Wand is better for me. From what I can tell. Anyway, I spent way too long here. doing basically nothing. There is a minor death rift. Just because I have a death wand, I feel the need to do a death rift. So Pedigree, you said you need to spend $5 to use the auction house in this game? Wow, that is kind of annoying. I think I did a little bit of research. I really don't know. It was a few years ago, and I just wanted to spend a little bit because it seemed like there were a lot of good things you could get for spending basically a tiny amount of money. I think is my thought process back then. And yeah, I don't know if I get all these things from that, but that's almost what it looked like. I actually do have my buffs this time. Ooh, I'm level 10. That's exciting. Let's see. While I'm in combat. Oh. Oh no, I need to get like one more level. Glacial Shield, that sounds fun. And then Druid, let's go into that a little bit. I do actually have to use Shield Evoke. I don't have to use it, of course. Cannot save points during combat. Okay, let's get out of combat then. Uh-oh. Claim your Ascended Trove now. Every 10 levels. Okay. As long as it's free and I don't have to pay for it. Transcended. Wow. 160%. This weapon. Oh my. 66 to 123. This is like 4 times as good as what I have. I feel like I'm going to make myself more powerful. One hand, ranged, offhand, or seal. Oh, must be used. Alright, I will use the plus spell power thing. Consumable. Alright, if anybody has advice for me about this game, if I should be using that 160% XP vial, please do let me know. I don't mind just doing rifts and leveling up because I have explored this area and have done it. I don't know so much, but I feel like whenever I play Rift, it's either Silverwood or Free March that I'm always in. So getting to a different zone, doing different rifts, that would be interesting to me. And Parky the Pancake, hello. It has been a while, I think, since I have seen you during a stream, but you played this game for 2 years straight at its launch and you loved it, and how is it now? So far, I still think the gameplay is actually fun. I really like all the building you can do with the classes and all that, just exploring all the options, but yeah, there is a lot interesting about it. And the problem that I've talked about a lot during this stream is for some reason I can just never actually stick to the game for a long time. I almost did. I think there was a period 3-4 years ago. Looks like I kind of forgot I played it in 2018. I don't know if I did that mainly just for the video. But between a few years ago, throughout a few years ago, I would occasionally play the game or be in the mood for it, but one, nobody I actually played games with, like in other games like WoW and Lotro. People in real life that I knew played those games. I didn't really know anybody that ever played this game. So that was one problem with it, I do know. And then for 2, I don't know that the content maybe was always that interesting. There are some interesting areas, but I really think it almost comes down to just having nobody to play with. And that is true with MMOs, I think. Having people to actually play with, like even guilds or whatever, makes them significantly better. And that is also true with Lotro. Although, in a way, now that I do YouTube more and stream and all that, I almost feel like I'm playing with all of you. All of you, all in a way, all the viewers, so that adds a little bit of fun, I guess. Wow, my Satyr Protector, he's really going down there. I wonder if I don't think I have a heal. I could probably actually switch to like Warden or something from Inquisitor. I would hate to lose Vex though. It does so much damage, it seems like. I wonder if my weapon, it should be doing a lot of damage now, I'd expect at least. Yeah, that does do a lot of damage. I know I just upgraded to this like fancy purple one that was like 4 times as good as the one I had before. So I'd at least expect it to be pretty strong. Yeah, I don't know with the game now as far as activity, but even maybe when it was more popular, more people playing it, I still just didn't really have anybody to play with, unfortunately. So even now, it'd probably be a lot harder to actually like convince somebody I know to play it. Alright, so I'm actually thinking, I have a lot of quest turn-ins, it looks like. I have at least like 3 quest turn-ins, so what I'm thinking is, maybe, I don't know, the instant adventures, they actually are a little bit of interest to me. At least doing them once. I from what I read, a lot of people like just farm them and grind them over and over to gain XP basically. But I actually would be interested in just like running them almost as dungeon-like content. I don't know if they're even close to that, but it would be a little bit interesting to me, I think. In Parky, I picked, let's see, for my calling, I am a Cleric, and I am maining Shaman, and then my second one right now is Druid. And then my third one is Inquisitor, but I am considering changing this to maybe Warden or something that heals, just so I can have like a decent self-heal. I like Druid to have the pet and some of the stuff that comes with that. So Parky said you play this game with your big brother and the rift system is addicting. So some massive rift events can happen that alter zones, and you must fight back to protect the realm. That actually sounds interesting. I did not know rifts could get that big, I guess. What do I do here? Can I actually open the rift? Learning? New ability shortcut, planar tear. Alright. Oops. Okay. PvP. Random warfront. I wonder how long these take. That's one thing about maybe this game and like WoW, is you can just boot up like a battleground. Compared to Lotro, I feel like getting into PvP is maybe a bit easier with this game. Looks like I have a new bag. Oh no, I probably have to, yeah, it wants me to purchase a new bag slot. Plus, okay. Unsocket a permanent rune, I don't want that. Okay, I got a new ability. Ascended power, planar lure. Use that a tear to lure out the planar forces. Okay, let's try this. I'm guessing what this will do is make this an actual rift. The gold hunt. Okay, that one actually sounds fun though. I don't know if I'll get a bunch of gold, but a gold hunt at least sounds fun. Granite ant. That's a little bit of a funny mob to me. These are giant ants though. Very spooky. So PvE and PvP sounds similar to WoW, but the game added the cool rift systems. Yeah, the rifts are pretty neat, I think. Especially, I don't know how crazy they can get solo, but this one seems actually pretty crazy with all these mobs. I feel very fortunate to have that overpowered weapon. I don't really know, it seems overpowered to me at least. I already thought my character was a bit overpowered, but now I seem like really overpowered, I guess. Especially that I can just like use this AoE. I don't even feel like I'm taking that much damage from all those enemies. That's why I almost thought equipping that weapon, seeing that whole pop-up and actually getting that weapon, I almost thought it could be a bad thing. Looks like I can even get a loot from all these little granite ants. This guy, he is a part of a quest, so might as well pull him. So I need to kill the Maw 4-man in a minute and a half. Don't know if that will be possible. Okay, this one might actually be a challenge. A minute to kill 6 of these mobs. I was going to say might actually be a challenge, but a minute is a long time, and I don't think I do that little damage right now. Oh no, my thing's going to be full, isn't it? So this is bonus stage for the gold hunt to kill the mob brute. One weird thing I've noticed when just playing games in general is it seems like you are often looking at the feet of your enemies. Instant adventurers. So instant adventurers group me with players to rampage across Talaria facing against challenges that scale with the strength of your party. Okay. And then combat. They give me combat basics at level 10. Oh, I have died. Apparently I had all these tips. Nice for them to show that I died to everybody. Odd sword. Restore and increase endurance by 30. Alright, I will go ahead and use that. This requires level 20. Alright, wonder if I'll get another OP weapon at level 20. Got all these things, inventory full. I wonder if I have a more interesting looking weapon for my wardrobe. Not that this one is particularly bad looking. I just feel like I could actually have a more interesting weapon. Ooh, that actually, just a little bit different having a polearm. I like the idea of using an axe though. That's an interesting looking staff, but I think I would want this one. If it just lets me have an axe. Even if I can't use axes, I don't think. So I'm probably going the wrong way. I want to go somewhere where I can go to a vendor. I don't know how to get rid of that. I think I accidentally put like a marker there. Okay. So yeah, I think I have been going about an hour 40 minutes. So maybe for the rest of this, I can... Is there another rift up there? Or what is that? Defeat the endless idol. Oh, one of those things again. Okay. But yeah, maybe turn in these quests. I really don't know if I want to do too much questing. I kind of want to get, in general, I think I would want to get this character a little bit high level just so I can explore different areas, even Gloamwood. I think that would be a little bit interesting. I don't know if you can feasibly go to Stonefield or if there would be any questing for me there, but just to get to a little bit of a different area, it's not maybe the ideal returning, well, I don't know, returning as new player experience. I almost feel like I'm a new player, but as I'm playing through this, I remember so many different things. Just takes a minute, I guess, to warm up the memory with this game. But yeah, having characters, I think I have 2 characters around level 30, and basically most of my experience in Rift is not going outside Silverwood. I did have my warrior go into Gloamwood. I don't know how much questing I did there, but then Iron Pine Peak as well. And basically I've done quests and I think some instant adventures. I think I did do one dungeon on my warrior. I don't remember how it went, but there was like a dungeon, I think it was in Silverwood. Okay, let's try this 100. You have a similar effect active. Okay, so I can't even use that. Thought I would try. Here is a vendor. So the endless adventure, that is suited to my playstyle. You just kill mobs. I don't know that that's usually my playstyle. That's just what I'm feeling like right now. And it could just be a thing with this game. Looks like I do want to equip this. Because I actually do like exploring and getting the story and all things like that, but plain touched or plain bound enemy, that's a lot of damage, but my inventory feels like it's way overflowing. And I also have no idea about crafting in this game, how it is, what it's like, if it's easy, grindy, or what goes on with it. Oh, you can actually just push a button to sell gray items. Wow. But yeah, maybe I will try for the rest of the stream just seeing what the instant adventures are like, or maybe even queue up for a PvP thing. Ivan Stainer, thank you for joining the stream. I hope you have a good night. Let's see, I need to spin some stuff. That's always exciting. Can I get Glacial Shield? I can get Glacial Shield, okay. Oh, I need one more. Wow, 118 to 131. That is a ranged attack. Okay, I think my melee attack would do more damage, I would guess. And then I do have one more point to spend. It looks like I can spend it in Druid. I need one more in Druid as well. I can get Combined Effort. It's a cooldown skill, 15-second cooldown, buffs me. And does some damage. Alright, so Glacial Shield, another absorption thing. So I have two things that absorb 85% of incoming damage. One increases my movement speed, and the other deals water damage to attackers. Speaking of, let me go ahead and refresh my buffs. I'll put my, I feel like I don't have good organization on my stuff. I'll put my buffs up here, where they should be. I'll put my potion up there. Train for. No recipes available, okay. What is this guy? I don't know what this icon is. Fish exchange? Okay, probably will ignore that for now. One thing, coming from Lotro, there are a lot of important things that you maybe should do, especially in certain areas like certain quests and certain storylines that are good to do for getting like class trait points. I think most games are not like that. Lotro is a bit unique and I don't think good in those regards. Here is mounts. I wonder if I can buy a mount. 2 platinum, 50 gold. Wow. Or 15. I have 1,782 of these. That seems like a good deal to buy a mount here, actually. I will wait though. If I'm just going to do instant adventures, Dimension Engineer, decline. Looking for group. Yep. Oh, Realm of the Fae. I need to be level 15 for that. That is not what I want to do. How do I do it in instant adventure though? This is PvP. Okay, I'm going to press buttons. Raid. Don't want that. G. Guild Finder. Achievements. There's quest log. What was this? PvP? Oh, did my weapon just disappear? Z. Minions. Okay, don't want that. Eventually we might get to instant adventures. Maybe you have to actually talk to somebody to do instant adventures. That would be a possibility. I was just trying to push a button to find that. Activities. Instant adventure. There we go. It is the period button. I got all the way to M on the keyboard, but didn't quite press period. You can do 14 of these maybe. Random adventure bonus accumulates once per day, increasing the rewards for completing a random adventure. Okay, what are intrepid? Deadliest raids known to Rift. So they provide, okay, more challenge. Maybe I will try regular instant adventure first. See how that goes. And it's already ready. And I've already entered a raid group. Now I'm just like stuck here on a frozen screen and now we're getting loading, okay. Need to reposition. Oh, this actually looks like it's basically a rift. I wonder if we will all be very overpowered or not. We have level 26. I guess we're all scaled to 26. I don't know if we need to kill this thing, but I want to pull it either way. I wonder where we are. Stonefield, I have not been here. Actually, I wonder, I had a rogue on the Defiant side that I might have actually taken to this zone. I feel like the last time I played Rift before this actually went a little bit more exploring and that actually made me more interested in it, but yet still didn't actually end up sticking with it. Wonder what was going on in 2018. So, fall 2018. Huh. I'm not too sure what was exactly going on, but I wonder if it was something that just had to do with whatever was going on outside of gaming of my life had ended up actually having some impact on that. So I need to, oops, probably didn't need to pull that mob. This is a little bit weird. These are like mech type things. There's not too much of things like that in Lotro. Your adventure in Stonefield awaits. Wow. I am in combat. Uh-oh. That was probably my fault for pulling this mob. Oh, Jacob, you asked if I played the free-to-play version of Final Fantasy XIV yet, and no, but that is something I want to put on my list. I feel like that is a game that would actually not really interest me if I actually got to playing it, but it might. So I will put it on a list of the games I do want to try. What is this? Kill Deep Strike Mine Overseers? I wonder, I guess people don't like pulling random mobs in this game. That is exactly what I like to do, just because I can put my 2 dots on them and there we go. Somebody did a lightning thing. Wonder if it was that mage. Is this a melee mage? That's interesting. I didn't actually know there were like melee mages or whatever in this game. Oh, there's, okay, this is like Overseer, that is what we need. Why does Bone Seeker, he has a little gem over his head. Is he just like an elite? Is that what that's about maybe? And Black Desert Online, that is another one. I feel like Final Fantasy XIV and Black Desert Online are 2 that always come up. I will say, oh, I wonder if I should have rolled need on that. Just to have it, but one potential thing with these MMOs is if they are of the more modern variety and less classic gameplay feel, like Rift and Lotro and WoW have, I will probably be less interested in it, if that is the case. I really have no idea what's going on, but I feel like I should be looking for an Overseer, and I don't see one. I feel like everything's dying super easily and we're getting actually basically no challenge. Is that an actual player? Pettigrew. Oh, that is Pettigrew? I wonder if there's any chance that is the same Pettigrew from chat that somehow joined the same instant adventure that I did. That would be an odd coincidence if that were the case. Or if that were not the case, rather. So BDO feels a lot more like a life simulator. That's a little bit weird. So Final Fantasy XIV is much more like WoW, and BDO is way more active and combo based. I mean, I don't mean to say that modern MMORPGs, just like based on them being that type, being more modern is not a bad thing. We need to kill Gontresk Dreadbone Shelf. I'll kill him at Dreadbone Shelf. Oh, I'm level 12. Wow. I feel like I say wow a lot with this, but increases damage done. Air and water damage. I wonder if I do a lot of air and water damage. This is water damage, that is air damage. Okay, I think one more crit percent chance would be good. Oh, we're already done with that. I feel like Pettigrew, you are probably a good person for me to just follow around here. And then one more point in Druid, so I got 2 exciting things. Not that I can do too much with them right now. But I got a ranged version of my Shaman attacks, basically, that does some thousands of damage. I leveled up all the way to 60. What is this area? We need to kill 20 Paragons and 5 Dust Paws. Or Empowered Dust Paws, 20 Paragons. This area looks like a desert. That's something that is not in Lotro. There are no deserts in that game. It's also very weird that I'm skilled up to level 60. These huge damage numbers are a little bit odd, I guess. Wow. That really is a lot of damage though. Well, I did 34,000 with that skill. Oh, I'm actually taking some damage. I was kind of wondering if there would ever actually be any survivability issues in these instant adventures, and I did for a little bit take some damage there. I think Pettigrew is healing me. He is Primalist. It even says dash healing. Rogue dash offensive. Okay, looks like we are headed south. I could definitely see instant adventures like this getting boring and feeling maybe grindy after a while. They could be a good way to level though. They're actually good for me right now. They just give me a chance to see some of these interesting areas. Especially if I do want to, like, I don't know if it's the case with this game, but specifically, oh wow, we're on a whole other, I don't know if we're on another planet, but we're on another continent or something. I don't know how I zoom out from here though. Show entire world. Zoom out. Oh, maybe you can't? But anyway, the other continent that I was on earlier, it's just, yeah, those first like up to level 20 zones that I would be interested in skipping if you can. Again, I don't know if there's anything like Lotro where basically if there's any problem with skipping those. But yeah, so far, if I compare my experience, just because the other... So, Pettigrew, your heal damages enemies, so I can run around and pull everything. That sounds like a good strategy to me. I feel like there are a lot of people following our little group, I guess, here. That's kind of neat to be a healer and have your heal actually damage enemies. I have also heard, I think, that this game has a support role, like Lotro does, that's not just healing. I don't know if that is how that works. If it is like Lotro, where you just buff and debuff enemies, basically, for support, maybe have some utility or something. But as far as comparing my experience in this compared to Guild Wars 2, because these are basically the only two games I've actually branched out to retrying recently, especially on stream, or they're actually the only ones I have done that on stream. I guess World of Warcraft was a little bit with my return in Shadowlands finding a class I like, but that is more of a long-term game to me, and it's not really much of a trying it again type thing. But I will say, if I compare Guild Wars 2 compared to Rift, my experience in Rift so far is a lot better than what I had in Guild Wars 2 there. So now we need to kill some things that are not these. We need to move northeast. I gotta try this skill again. I feel like I should be using it more when it crits for like almost 35,000 there. Hello, Gabe Parker. You said this stream it is okay to ask Lotro questions. There have been a lot of that, and I did mention at the beginning for people here maybe more interested in Rift rather than my regular content that I do a lot of Lotro, and I've gotten a lot of Lotro questions and talked a lot about Lotro, so that is fine. But any word on the brawler? And no, basically. I don't think there's been much information to share from Standing Stone Games end of things. They probably don't even have much more to share if I had a guess. If the classes was in like very early development when we found it on the beta. And I think they basically said still in early development. I don't remember if that was actually specifically said, but they didn't really say anything about the class in the chat with Severlin stream that they did like last week or something. Don't even remember when that was, but I think it was last Friday. But what was I going on about that? Yeah, they just talked about it being released with Gundabad. That is their goal, to have it released with Gundabad, basically. I'm guessing, Pettigrew, that is your guild name, Trouble. Oops. Oh, now we need to go back down. It's kind of interesting we're actually staying in the same area for a while. I like it because this is an actually interesting area to me compared to some others. So now we need to defeat Dustpaw Hounds, and if I remember correctly, we just defeated a whole bunch of them. Are these like dog people? Almost, it looks like. They look a little bit dog in the face, though. It's kind of hard to see. Dustpaw? Demi-human? And then there's the actual hounds. Wow, my pet just totally went down. Oh, he's level 30. That would probably be why. Maybe I'll do the healer. Because max level 30 healer, I would guess, would be more useful than a max level 30 tank that just, like, dies. Guess this is the town for this area. Yeah, I know I'm not really getting much of like whatever questing content or story or whatever is going on in this zone, but it is nice to be here a little bit just so I can see it, since I haven't been anywhere like this in this game before. And I keep killing the demi-humans rather than the actual hounds for this. Some people are getting the hounds, it seems like. I have no idea how I got this on the map again. Okay, that'll be a little bit better. Hello, one pro gamer 1234, and you're asking why I am playing Rift in 2021. You said you love it, so I am just trying it again. It's a game I randomly had like a sudden urge of wanting to play, I guess, earlier this week. I was just like, I think it was yesterday even, I was just like sitting there thinking of things to do and maybe doing a stream today, and I normally cover the Lord of the Rings online. I was thinking about doing that. I was like, I actually want to play Rift, so I might as well do a Rift stream. It's a little bit weird to just randomly have that, especially on a Tuesday evening for me, but that is why I am playing it. And I don't really know where to go. I wonder if we can actually go to the southwest. Seems like other people are doing a good job of killing the hounds. I'm not really doing much right here, not contributing too much. Ooh, Pettigrew is trading me something. 12 inches folded, you were, wow, 24 platinum? As far as I know, that is a huge amount. For me, at least, it's a huge amount, so thank you very much for that. Actually, I have 41 platinum. I had no idea that I even had 1 platinum, to be honest. And 12 inches folded, you expected me to look way more nerdy, so I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing that I don't look more nerdy. What do we need to do? Karaji? Karaji, that is something from WoW, I think, like with Encourage. Use Dowsing Rod to wake up sleeping Kajuri. It's almost similar. And this place, this zone actually has there's actual music. I don't remember hearing that much in the other zone, but I could hear the combat music there. How do I wake this guy up? Use Dowsing Rod. Do I even have a Dowsing Rod? And one pro gamer, you're wondering if I am the one that plays Spearmaster in the Lord of the Rings. And I would guess yes. The class is called Warden, which they use a spear, and I would call them a Spearmaster, so I think that's what's going on. Okay, that guy knows how to wake them up. Well, I'll just maybe go around killing random things since I don't know. Oh, maybe I need to speak with the Odic guy. And he will have the thing I need to wake these guys up, the druids here. I would also be open to just following Pettigrew, since I would guess he knows the way to go better. I am sitting here, my actual character level is something like 12 or something. I don't even remember anymore. I started this little instant adventure at like level 10 or 11, I think. Oh, Neverwinter, Gabe Parker, that is... that is a game I used to play a little bit. I think there are some things interesting about the game. I didn't really like the aiming part of it for an MMO. Oh, that person, they know how to use the rod. I do actually think I need to talk to whatever for the quest, but these other people can do that then. I will just kill things and let them do that. Oh, now we're back to Blade Dancers and Empower Dustpaws. But I don't know if I could really recommend Neverwinter or disrecommend it, not recommend it. And one pro gamer, that is fine with the spelling there. So you said you follow me even though you don't play Lord of the Rings, and he recognized me as the one that plays Spearmaster, so that is good at least. Oh, somebody is getting close to dying, it looks like, in group 2. I wonder if my camera, I noticed it was zoomed out quite a bit, but I seem to like playing with my camera zoomed quite a bit out. I was like zooming in so I could see maybe a little bit better. I was like, I actually don't think I like that. You get to see all the stuff and the details better if you zoom in, but that mob actually took a while to kill. I know I wasn't really doing too much. I probably didn't even have my dots or whatever I needed to get up. Actually putting those up or anything. And yes, the Warden and Lotro is great for AoE and AoE farming as well. This skill is pretty interesting, just zapping them with lightning from afar. So I think, I don't know, I might do 1 or 2 more of these instant adventures, and then I'll probably... Oh, so one pro gamer, I misread your sentence. You asked if Warden is the best class for AoE. I thought you said Warden is the best class. Warden is definitely a good class for AoE. As Gabe Parker mentioned, Champion is decent. And I personally like Warden. I am biased towards liking Warden more. Champion is good for instant AoE damage, so Warden, a lot of the strength from it comes over time for AoE farming. Oh, and Warden you do have to pay for. I kind of forget that. I got it way back when I got the Mines of Moria expansion, which was probably around when I got to that level originally, because I started Lotro. I wonder if I got to Mines of Moria before Rise of Isengard came out. Not sure on that. But yeah, that was before. I don't know what I was going on about that, but basically it was early in the time that I got that. And Champion, as far as AoE goes, they do a lot more instant damage compared to the Warden. A lot of the Warden is overtime based damage. So the Warden does have great AoE DPS. I don't know, in ideal situations, I would guess maybe the Warden has better AoE damage, especially the yellow line. There's some crazy stuff with the yellow line going on there. But it has to be like really long fights for you to really shine through with your AoE damage, so a lot of just instant things. This is a Dustpaw Deadeye, not a Dustpaw Blade Dancer, but I'm thinking maybe whatever quest after this instant adventure, I might start doing some wrapping up type things. Ooh, this one's a little bit different though. But yeah, thinking towards how the stream has gone, I've gone about 2 hours, and I do need to try to loot this mob. I guess I cannot loot it, but basically I should probably get going a little bit soon. And I have actually gotten a lot done, I think, for 2 hours with this game. I did not expect to make this much progress. Oh yeah, and that's another good thing with the Champion, is you don't have to buy it. It is a free class. And the Race of Man gives you more sword damage. You can also do that with the Warden, with the Race of Man or Elf. Or Hobbit might have like club damage or something, I'm actually not sure. I don't play Hobbits. This guy is skipping around all weird. I'm actually going to use my bubbles. I don't know the use of them right now with that though. I'm not even taking damage. That's a little bit of an interesting mechanic, I guess. But yeah, Rift has been surprisingly fun. I've gotten a surprising amount done to me, and it's just been surprisingly fun. I've always enjoyed the gameplay, and that's really what I'm focusing on today, though. I talked about this a lot, but it just never lasted with me. I would always try, or I'd always play the game, occasionally get in the mood for it, the gameplay or whatever with it. And I really like a lot of the... Oh, it looks like this is actually a good time. I'm going to... Well, I don't know. I'm going to probably... What happens if I ignore it? Do I just get to stay here if I ignore it? Or will it teleport me out in a minute? I assume I'll be getting teleported out, but I am not sure. Wow, you can actually sidekick? I did not know you could sidekick maybe to a higher level. That's a little bit interesting, I think. I wonder if that was Battle Pass missions? Okay, not interested in the missions, I don't think, at this point. Captain AoE. Oh, Bannerman, that is Captain. Okay, yeah. Captain is not going to be great as far as the damage they do. Return to Home Shard. Oh, I'm actually getting credit, though, for that. It seems like. I can just sit here in this neat zone. I have no idea if I'm just, like, free to travel in this zone. or what's going on here. I don't even know if there's like a air foothold. That sounds like a good place to go. Alright, I will actually zoom in more now though. But yeah, Captain, since it's a support class, they do not do much damage and don't do much AoE. And then thinking more about how the stream went and how Rift went, maybe more in particularly. Let's see, I mentioned I had fun, mentioned the gameplay and all that. I'm getting distracted with the gameplay as I'm trying to maybe find a safe spot. Probably just run from all this stuff, just so I can get going somewhere. Oh, here's a little camp type thing. I really don't know what I can do since I'm technically in the instant adventure, I think. I really don't know what's going on here. I want to head to this, I don't know if it's like an enemy structure, but the air foothold there. Sounds like somewhere I should be going. Hello, Shiny Legions. You said Rift is everything you wanted an MMO to be, and it makes you salty what they did to it. I hear a lot of people saying similar things to that. Let's see, try going this way. I never really played it enough to know exactly what went wrong with it, or at least personally experience it. So as far as the gameplay goes, as I've mentioned throughout this, I can still enjoy it. I have never been to this area. Oh, maybe I should not have gone here. Defeat the Stormwind Breach. Alright, that actually does sound like something good to do right now. I have Pettigrew, who is from the chat actually, here following me. Well, I have no idea what to do. Again, I'm in an instant adventure, and yeah. I don't know how to get out of the instant adventure, basically. And I thought maybe I could find like a little town here. Maybe make this my character's home somehow. Get away from the level 13 zone I'm at right now. My adventure in Stillmore awaits. I wonder, I don't know how to leave this. I'm going to ignore that. Oh, we still need to defeat the Stormwind Breach, okay. So instant adventure, it isn't an instance or a dungeon, it just ports a group together and gives them quests. Okay, that's kind of what it seems like. Is there a way to actually go back to where I used to be? You can teleport to different shards? Wonder what that horse is. Your mounted speed has increased to match that of a mentored party member. Okay. Uh-oh. Somebody just left. Alright, I'm going to try Returned Home Shard and see what happens. Oh no, that was not good. Except I'm still scaled up to level 60 though. As far as Lore Master or Captain, both of those have pets. So I did return to Home Shard, but now I am in Ashura, which I'm fine being here. I just thought maybe I could find a friendly camp or something. This looks like an enemy thing. I wonder if I just leave the... Let me leave the party and see what happens. Return. Oh, it actually asks you return to Silverwood. It seems like a good idea. These mobs are level 60. Okay. So I think I'm set back to where I need to be in the good low level. I'm only level 11. I honestly thought I was level 13 or something. Clear Ascended Mentor level. Okay. There we go. Yeah, level 13. That is what I am. I'm back to my level 13 home. As far as Lore Master versus Captain, that is a tough answer. They're both support, but one is more about debuffing enemies, and the other is about buffing allies. and one is melee, the other is ranged spellcaster. One has nature-based animal-type pets, and one has heralds for their pets. So they have all these similarities, but then they're very stark contrast and different. I personally prefer the ideas of Lore Master more, but usually would opt for Captain lately, at least. I should get my Lore Masters playing a little bit more. And Pettigrew, I do agree that was fun, especially getting to see that desert zone. It almost gives me like a taste for what higher levels could be in Rift, at least some of the areas. But getting back to Rift maybe a little bit again, I did actually enjoy this game. I enjoyed my time here, enjoyed my little over 2 hours here, more than I expected actually. So I do think, or at least I hope, that I will actually get back to this. Oh, here's join an instant adventure. There's actually an NPC to take you there. But what I'm thinking is, just because I've done like this level up to 20 stuff so much, I don't even know so much, but it is what I've done when I've played the game. I want to get to level 20. I don't know, it seems like questing is actually a pretty fast way to level up. I don't know about instant adventures or what. And Pettigrew, you said we can absolutely do the dungeons, by the way. I would be interested in that. I have to get level 15. So the things I would be interested in this game is dungeons, and actually questing, going somewhere new, somewhere I haven't been, like Scarlet Gorge, Scarwood Reach. Iron Pine Peak, I got a character into there. I don't even know what they've got to there. Let me actually go to my other characters and we can actually see what I do have. Well, I guess I can log out now. So I have, this is my highest level character actually, my warrior. You're still logged into Wolfsbane as Cluey. You can log in with that character, but oh, I will need to wait for the log out to finish, okay. Here is another character, a level 5 high elf mage that is named Click Play to rename, okay. Here is my high elf mage, my real one. Here's my old cleric. That's actually a neat outfit. I did not know I got myself that interesting of an outfit. Huh. He looks oddly similar to my new Cluey, who also looks oddly similar to Louis. But anyway, these are my characters. Let me try to go back on my warrior again, because I think this is the one that I went into Iron Pine Peak on. Uh-oh. Oh, wow, I actually explored a lot more at this zone than I thought. And as soon as I logged in here, I actually just like suddenly had the flashback of remembering all this stuff. Wow, my weapon seems very leak. I somehow have a third bag on this character. Or no, I have my regular backpack, then 2 other bags, but the 2 other bags are huge. Wonder how I got a Lands-In bag. I actually don't remember if I used like the auction house or something to get that. I don't know. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. It's like, why are none of my attacks actually working? Lesser Primal Sabertooth. I feel like I need something right now. Some pet to do something for me. Apparently I have none of my Overlord. Buy new role? How do I open the soul tree? Overlord? Select? Oh, these are built by Tryon. I just want to respawn far away. Hopefully this works as I think it will. Okay, good. Oh, but anyway, this is my return to... Oh, no. This is actually not what I wanted. I will take whatever version of Res Ignis Rift has. But yeah, just getting to these different areas, that would be my actual interest. And perhaps I could actually play one of the characters I have now, but I think it would be best to stick with that character I've actually done, like Cluey here. Cluey the Cleric. As... I don't know, the name is okay, but I don't want to focus on the name for this. But I guess I can log into maybe my mage and just see where he is. Just to show some of the characters I have. This will probably take a minute to actually log out, but we will try. Oh, no, that actually worked. So this character is actually in Silverwood still. I think he has gotten, yeah, he's gotten to Scarlet Gorge, and I think I did a lot of Gloamwood. I remember going down here and there being spiders, and that's basically it. I don't know, I just feel like with Rift, a lot of my time is spent doing actual rifts and things like that, and I end up skipping a lot of the questing, it seems like, has been my experience on my characters at least. Try a soul recall. This character has a very interesting mount. It's actually a cat-like thing. I don't know how I got that mount, but I have that mount. And Jacob, you asked if I feel like I was limited at all playing any of those on free-to-play. If you're talking about Rift here, with what I'm doing with these characters, I don't feel any limitations with the free-to-play. I know there are different, like, oh, I have to do this on this character as well. They make this, I feel like they buy new role presets. There we go. They make this confusing, I feel like, compared to what it used to be, at least I thought. Because I just want to be able to, like, spend my points as I want. Pyromancer is actually the one I would like to use. That would be, like, my main one. So I'd make that just something random and then Pyromancer. Maybe, but anyway, yeah, I think there were some souls that you could, I don't know, or maybe some like presets with that, but anyway, yeah, I don't really feel like there's many limitations that I have run into, at least with my characters and building them and all that. I think Rift, so far it seems like the free-to-play is not as limiting compared to, say, Lotra, where there's a lot of content limited. Even some traits and character building, things like that, are actually limited and set bonuses. This is actually the staff glows. That's pretty neat. This is the character from the thumbnail, by the way. I try to find, there weren't many resources for like wallpapers or official art I could actually use for the thumbnail. So I'd actually go in game and get a screenshot on my own and then take a screenshot of my character. But to kind of get wrapping up with things, I think I will try to do Rift again in the near future. I don't know when, maybe in a week or two from now. I know update 29 Wildwood's going to be coming out for Lotro, so I'll have a lot with that I want to focus on, but this was fun, and I'm glad I did something different, so that also makes me want to actually try these other games. I also do eventually want to do a WoW stream soon. On the other games I actually had mentioned, maybe New World, that would maybe be, I have to look into that. That might be the Lord of the Rings MMO? New World? Or I might be getting that mixed up. Yeah, my mage, this is actually the character when I was like, oh, there's a wardrobe system. So yes, he is in heavy armor. He's in plate armor, actually. I wonder if he can dye armor. That would be kind of interesting if he could. Oh, I have no idea what I did there. But yeah, I was wearing something very ugly on this character. I think I was actually wearing this, so I was just like testing out this feature a little bit, the wardrobe. Jacob, I also do not know. That was weird. I just randomly got some lighting on this character, very blue though, whatever it was. I don't know if it's supposed to be that moonlight. Like the moon rose and then suddenly my character just turned totally blue with that glow. This game actually does look pretty neat. The sky's pretty neat. Just the environment. It's not the most pretty area, I will say. But a pretty neat environment overall, I would say, definitely. Yeah, New World is the Amazon MMO. For some reason, I didn't think that was out. That actually might be one of the ones that I was actually disinterested in, unfortunately. But having trouble wrapping this up for some reason. I guess because it's a different game, I gotta think of all the things I want to actually wrap up with. As far as content in general on my channel goes, maybe I'll walk around so we at least get a little bit of something. Hopefully there are not any enemies nearby or anything. I just want to randomly walk around in this, I don't know, quite desert area. I guess this would actually be a desert. Looks like a desert to me. Dry and all that, but yeah, upcoming content for my channel. Tomorrow I might do a Lotro stream. Maybe the update 29 Wildwood beta round 2. And then otherwise, as far as trying other games, I mentioned I might try that as well. And Rift, I actually would want to get back to. This was fun, and I hope you all enjoyed this. Hope you all enjoyed seeing a different game for me, just because I've done so much Lotro lately. I feel like it's the only game I really play. It's good for me to branch out, and I have no idea where this goes. We're going on an adventure without the UI. That does not look like a friendly place. I actually want to get a screenshot here. That is actually kind of pretty. And get the glow of my weapon. I can actually see my weapon in a way. This feels way more, I don't know, cinematic than games usually do when you actually have the UI open and your everything's hidden. So I actually, again, don't know if I'm walking into enemies or if they're friendly people there. It's kind of neat to me, but it's distracting me once again from the outro. It is a pretty game though, overall. I don't think I've paid this much attention to Rift graphics ever before. But yeah. That's a really weird noise. I don't know where it came from or if you all heard it as like just a really weird buzz noise, but yeah, I think that is it for the stream, basically, in summary. Again, I hope you all enjoyed the different content, and if you can, either comment on the stream, let me know if you all would want to see more of this, or comment in the video after this is actually up, either of those, where I can read if people want to see more stuff like this, or want to see me return to Rift, actually do it more. Do let me know. And otherwise, again, I hope you all did enjoy it, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member where I supposedly plan to update all the tiers and stuff with that soon. And thanks for joining and chatting and watching.